Private
This
Limited
conference will now be recorded.
and Technoprida, you in the partners we can add. So the partners means is actually not our partners, our account customers, their partners, isn't it?
Their partners, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. So how do we know their partners? Like, do we need to add every partner, existing partners in that company?
No, so it is completely depends on the requirement. So if your customer reveals who are those partners or their customers, so only then we will come to know, right? So if we
Yeah,
don't,
that's right.
if you
Yeah,
don't, if don't, they do reveal, so obviously we will not come to know. So if they do reveal, and if you want to add those customers as partners to us, then we can add it. But even if
yeah,
it adding the partners or if it does not adding the partner, it does not mean anything to your Salesforce sales process.
yeah. That's what I thought. Like, how can we get all their partner details? Yeah.
Right. Yeah. It is like I can say. So it's actually the confidential information. If the company wants to reveal their partners, they do, or else they'll just say it's a confidential.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah. And just the last one is in the opportunities.
Mhm.
um, there is a column that says new customers, existing customers,
Mhm.
and then like upgrading the opportunity, something like that.
Right.
Just so what's that difference? Like, yeah,
Yeah. So these are
yeah,
all
that's
different
one.
types of opportunities. So like I told you in the previous example, so now whenever we have a contract with any of the customers, so now they might so request for the to purchase a product in the first quarter, and again they request for products to purchase in the second quarter, third quarter, and fourth quarter, right? So
Okay,
whenever they request for the very first time, so that time they will become a new customers for us. So
okay. The
every
first
time they
time.
request the same time, exactly. So every time they come up with a new requirement, sorry, every time they come up with the same requirement in the following years or in the following quarters. So it will be like a, for existing customers, we are again selling the products. The first
Okay,
time it will be new customers, and from the second time almost it will be the existing customers. And again for the existing customers, again if it is like upgradation or if it is like a replacement of the products or if it is downgrade. Downgrade means selling the less products for what we already had gone a contract with.
okay,
Like
yeah, okay.
okay.
Oh, yeah,
I
that's
can
everything.
see. Oh, yeah, thanks.
Yeah.
I can see Swati on the call. Hi Swati.
Hi, Pradeep.
Hi. How are you?
Yeah, I'm doing good.
Any questions?
No, so far. I'm good.
Good. Great. Okay, so what we had seen in the last class, where we had stopped, I think we had seen the lead conversion, right? So where we had stopped with the lead conversion process. Okay, right. So what is today's date? 30th. Okay. So in the last class, we have seen the lead conversion mechanism process. So where we had created a lead, and that particular lead we had actually converted into the account, contact, and opportunity. And here you can clearly see whenever you convert any lead, it will clearly show you. So we had converted a lead to the account, we had converted a lead to the contact and opportunity. Okay. So now, so the next concept. So here I'll take an existing account record. Okay. So now this is an existing account record, which is a corporate customer. So where it is, the name is Technosoft Private Limited, and this record it has n number of contacts, n number of opportunities, n number of activities, and n number of attachments, and n number of partners. So what do you call all these contacts, opportunities, and what do you call all these child objects? So each and every section you call it as a related list. So these are all the related list. Contact is the one related list, opportunities, cases, activities, attachments, partners, these are all the related list to the Technosoft Private Limited. These are the related list to the account object, account record. So what do you mean by related list? So within the related list, so you can actually find the related records. I can say the child records, or is allied. So where you can find the child records that are related to parent record. So this is a contact is a one of the related list. So where you can find n number of child records, and all these n number of child records that are related, that are belong to the parent record. And again, opportunities, activities, it is having n number of child records that are related to the parent Technosoft Private Limited account record. So these are all called, you call it as a related list. Partners, attachments, activities, contacts, opportunities. These each one is a each related list. Okay. The next concept. So under your opportunities, or if you take an example of contacts, so we have one of the option called clone. So clone means, so now we had already created an opportunity. So this is an opportunity, so which it is already being closed. So now let's suppose they come up with a similar requirement, or I can say the same requirement. Again, they want to purchase a product worth of $10,000. So then rather than creating again from the scratch, we can actually clone this one. So the moment you clone it, so all the details will be copied and a new record will be created. A new record will be created. It will not overwrite the existing one, but a new record will be created. So click on the clone. So once you click on the clone, almost all the details will be the same, and you can modify the details wherever you want. Okay, so we can just modify it wherever we want. So I'll just named it as a 2 laptop N series second version and change the states to the qualification and click on the save. Okay, so rather than updating all the details again and again, so you can directly click on the clone and you can modify the details wherever you want. So now if you go back to this account record, now you can see two different opportunity records. The first one is the actual one. The second one is a cloned record. It's like a cloning. So where you can copy the details and you can create a new record. Okay. So this is the concept of your related list and the cloning process. The next concept, so which is just for information, so it is not actually really important or not really required even in the real time also. So if you go for administrator or developer role or any other business analyst, so this chatter object, is not actually required. Then what is a chatter? So who all will use this chatter object? So what is a chatter? So chatter is mainly meant for the communication purpose. So communication between the business, or communication within the business, or within the employees, within the colleagues, within the business users, or within the departments. Okay. So now let's suppose I belong to the sales department. So within my sales department of my company, there are 500 sales users across the globe. So now I am the sales head to the entire all the 500 users across the globe. So now I want to communicate with all my 500 sales representatives. And what is the source of communication here? So now I can say that chatter. So chatter is my source of communication, the mode of communication where I can use a chatter to communicate with all my 500 sales representatives. Okay, so rather than initially sending a mail to one by one, so I can use a chatter as an example. I can send the required information, or I can pass the information to all my 500 sales representatives who are across the globe. So that is called your chatter. So chatter is just like your Facebook functionality. So if you compare the chatter and Facebook, so let's understand chatter from the Facebook functionality. So within the Facebook, what all you can do? So you can add your friends, you can add your colleagues, you can add your relatives. So you can upload any images or documents, or you can also upload the videos. So you will be getting the likes, you will be getting the comments, and if you want, you can also reshare. You can also reshare any of your pics or videos, and so you can also tag someone else, and someone else can tag you. You can also create a groups within the Facebook, right? So like all my colleagues, all my sales users, all my relatives, all my friends, like this, you can also send a personal message to any of your friends. So all these details you can do in the chatter also. Whatever we have discussed, whatever that you can do in your Facebook, the same things you can also do within your chatter. But when you are communicating through the chatter, so you can communicate only with the users who are within your application, who are only within your Salesforce instance. So now we'll see what all the things, what all the different things which we can do by using the chatter. Okay, so now here you can see this is your chatter object. So click on your chatter, so where it will open up, so where you can post anything. So here I'll write something, hi everyone, hi everyone. So whenever I'm posting something, so if you want to change the format of your text like bold or italic, or you can say underline, so you can change your format. Or if you want to add the bulleted points or numbers, you can also add it. So whenever I'm posting something on the chatter, so here I can post only to my followers. So it is like a Twitter. So whenever you tweet something in a Twitter, so only your followers will get an update saying that you have tweeted something, you have posted something. Like the same way, so here also like how you can follow the celebrities or any other persons in the Twitter. Here also with come into the Salesforce. So if all my sales representatives they want to get an update from me, so all those 500 sales representatives they have to follow me. So if all those sales representatives if they follow me, so only then whenever I update something, so then automatically that particular post will be posted to all my followers. Okay, so here you can see, so when I am posting something, so it is by default it is posting to all my followers. So click on the share. So once you share any of the posts, so you can like this, or if you want you can reshare this just like your Facebook, or else you can also comment it out. So but here whenever you are commenting out something, you can also attach a file. Okay, you can attach a file. So now whenever you're attaching a file within the chatter, what is the maximum size of an attachment? The maximum size of a file of a single attachment is 2 GB. So don't get confused between the records and the chatter. Whenever you go to the any of the record, accounts, contact, opportunities, campaigns, links, any record, if you upload any attachment within the record, the limitation is 25 MB. But coming to the chatter, so if you attach any file, the limitation is 2 GB. Okay, that is 25 MB. This is the 2 GB. So choose a file, choose any random file. I'll just select any random file, click on open and click on attach. So you cannot attach the file, zip file. Okay, fine. So click on attach another file. Choose a file. I'll take some other file. Insert. Click on attach. And now it has been inserted. So whenever you're commenting out something, so you can also attach a file. Click on comment, and here you can see under the comment, you can see a file also. The next part, so here you can see the files. So like how we had just uploaded a file, so you can also upload a file also. Like suppose now you got some of your quotations, requirements documents, or negotiation prices. So whatever the document that you want to share it directly to your business end users, you can use chatter as one of the channel for your communication purpose. So just attach something, write something about your file, okay, and click on share. That's it. And again the maximum size is 2 GB. And from the chatter page, so where you can create new event, click on more, new task, new contact, new opportunity, new call, sorry, new case, and new lead. So where you can create records for your lead, case, opportunity, contact, task, and the events. So this is like a shortcut way. If you take an example of new contact, and here from the new contact, here you got a fields like first name, last name, email, phone number, name, and type field. So where you can fill the details of only these 6 fields, and you can create a new contact record. So this is like a shortcut way. Instead of going to the contacts and create a new contact, and if you are from the chatter page, from the chatter page itself, so where you can create a new event, new task, contact, opportunity, case, and lead records. So select contact as an example, just fill some details, email ID and phone number. So this contact belongs to one of the account, search for the account and type it. Okay, so click on create. So now we have created a new contact. So name Pranay from your chatter page. So now if you open this contact in a new tab, click on the new tab, and here you can see the contact details. Okay, now the next part, so where you can create, where you can upload some links, select your links. So now let's suppose I'm surfing something on the Salesforce. Now I got something, a useful link where all the developers have to go to this particular link. Or if you want to create an Salesforce access by using the developer edition, so this is the link where we can create a developer edition for the Salesforce. So now I want to share this link with all my followers. So select the link and copy paste your URL. Say something about your link name, Salesforce developer access, and say something about this link, create link, and click on share. So what are we generally doing here? So what are we actually doing here? So here we are posting a lot of informations. So these information will be directly posted to my followers. Okay. And next one, so we have something called poll. So where you can poll on a question and you can give it choices and your followers will answer them back. So for example, how is the project going on? So I'll say the choice good or bad. It is like a radio buttons. So where you have to select either choice 1 or choice 2. So if you want to add more and more choices, you can add it. So click on the share. And here I got how is the project going on. So where it has been posted to all my followers. I select something, click on vote. So where you can do some voting. And it is very simple to understand. So next one is a question. So if you have any question on your mind, if you would like to ask your question with your followers, you can directly ask a question. So you can select a question here and ask the question. What is Salesforce? Click on ask. And if any of your followers, if they know the answer, so they click on the answer and they write the answer over here and click on the answer. It's like a comment. So within the chatter, so here you can post something, you can file, event, task, opportunity, case, link, poll, question. So all these things you call it as a, so all these things within the chatter, you call it as a feed. All these things you call it as a feed, F-E-E-D, feed. So like how you call it as a post in Facebook and tweet in Twitter, so you call it as a feed in Salesforce chatter. And here on the left hand side, here you can see the feed, FEAD feed. The first one is what I follow. If you click on what I follow, so whatever the feeds that you had created, you can see all your feeds from here. And next one, to me. To me means wherever you had actually commented out, so all your commented out posts you can see under to me. Next one, bookmarked. Bookmark means like how you can save the post in Facebook, you can also save the post in Salesforce chatter. Now let's suppose this is an important link. So this is a link. So where I can create developer access. Now I want to bookmark this. How can I bookmark? So here you can see some more actions. So click on the more actions, and one of the action is bookmark. So click on the bookmark, and here you can see this is a bookmark symbol. And all the bookmarked links you can see from the bookmark on the left hand side. Okay, so this is your bookmarked post. So next one we have something called muted post. Muted post means, let's suppose there is a post where we are keep on getting the updates and where we keep on getting the notifications every time someone is commenting out. So now it is annoying me. It is annoying me with getting lot of updates, lot of notifications. So instead of deleting this post, I can actually mute this post. If I mute this post, what will happen? I'll not get any notifications, but everything will be going to the mute post. I'll not get any notifications. Everyone, if anyone comments out on the post. So click on the mute. Are you sure you want to mute this post? Yes. Now where is our post? All the muted post, it will go to the here muted option. Okay, so here you can see your muted. The last one is all companies. All company means, so here you can see the list of all the feeds related to your entire Salesforce organization, your entire Salesforce company. So next one on the left hand side is where you can see the people. So this is the place where you can see the list of all the people in the real time. This is a place where you can also follow your colleagues or where you can follow your higher officials. Now let's suppose there is a person named Ram. I'll just search with the Ram. We will get the list of all the users with the person with a name called Ram, and directly we can follow the particular person. And how we can follow? And here you can see there are some default users which the Salesforce has given me to you, and I'm one of the users. So we have something called security user, integration user, chatter expert user, like this. So right next to the user here, you can see the follow link. Just click on the follow. Now, which means now you are following these users. If any one of these users, if they post something on the chatter, automatically you will also get a notification. You can also see on your wall. Okay. So next we have something called groups. Groups. So where you can create an active groups. So like how you create a groups within your Facebook, so you can also create a group of people within your Salesforce chatter. But whenever you create a group in the Salesforce chatter, you can actually mention whether it is a public group or a private group. Okay. So public group means, click on the new group. So public group means, so where everyone can see the updates and anyone can join into the public group without having any membership required. Without having any approval required or without having any membership required, any person can directly join into the public group. But what is a private group? So private group means only the members of the group, they can see the updates of that particular private group. And if anybody wants to join within the group, membership requires approval. Okay, so once the membership, if it is approved, only then the user outside of the group can join into the private group. So now here I'll create a group. Let's suppose the group name is Salesforce developers. So now I'll include all my developers, administrators, support users, all these users into my Salesforce developers group. Okay, and I'm the owner of the group. Okay, so click on the save. I'll make it a private group but not a public group. Click on the save, and once you click on the save, here you can see under the chatter we went to groups. Under the groups, now we are in the private group called Salesforce developers. And now how to add users to this sorry. So now how to add users to this group? Here on the right hand side, here you can see the add members. So click on the add members. So where you can just click on add right next to the user. Automatically the user will be added to the group. Okay. So now let's go back to the chatter. So now this time we also have one of the public group. So now once you have any of the public group or a private group, whenever you are posting something, apart from my followers, you can also post to a specific group. Okay. So now let's suppose I am the manager, I am writing out something, uh, create a new application for healthcare instance. So this is related to some of the development work. So now rather than posting out to my followers, I'll directly post it out to the a group. So here you can see a group. So select a group and select what is the public group or a private group, and here you can see the Salesforce developers. So select the Salesforce developers, and whatever we are posting now, directly we are posting out onto the group. Click on share. And now this particular post, it has been added to the private group named Salesforce developers. And if you open this group now, if you open this group and where you can see this post. So this is only meant for this private group. And the users who are not a part of this private group, they cannot see this particular post. Okay. Next, here we have something called files. So now we have seen the files. If you want to upload or if you want to download any files, so then here you can see an option where you can upload, or all the downloaded files you can see from your download section. Okay. The last one called topics. So topics means it's like a, so where you can create a new topic and you can invite others to this topic, and you can ask others to start discussing on the topic. It's like a group discussion. So where I can give some specific topic, I can ask the members within the group discussion to talk about the topic. Okay. So now whenever I'm posting something, so let's suppose I'll just write something workflow rules. So click on the share. So once I clicked on the share, here you can see click to add to topics. So if I click to add to topics, automatically this particular post, it will be added to the workflow rules topic. Click on it and click on done. And now this particular post, it has been added to one of the topic called workflow rules. So now go to the topic from the left hand side, and where you can see one of the topic called workflow rules, and currently one person is talking about this. So as I have created this, so I am that one single person. So I am currently talking about the workflow rules. It's all pretty simple. Okay, and this is called your chatter concept. So the main purpose of having the chatter is, so if you want to have any communication between the users or between the businesses, you can use the chatter as one of the channel for your communication. Okay. So this is your chatter object. The next object we will see very important object called reports and dashboards. Okay. So reports and dashboards. So what is the report? What is a dashboard? So here you can see, so we have something called reports and dashboards. Okay, so now the requirement is, let's take an example. We have 1 million account records. 1 million account records. So out of all the 1 million account records, now I want to extract, okay, now I want to extract only the records where country equals to India. Okay, so out of all the 1 million records, let's suppose 50,000 records belongs to country India. So now I want to extract, or I want to see all those n number of records on the UI page, on the Salesforce page. So now I want to see list of all the records where country equals to India, or if possible, I want to extract outside of the Salesforce environment. So which means I want to export from the Salesforce to my local machine using the concept called reports. So using the concept called reports, so where you can generate a report to see the list of data. Is it not only seeing the list of the data, and also where if required you can also extract, you can also export the data to your local machines by using the concept called reports. So now I want to extract all the records where owner equals to Pradeep. We will be having some 100 or 500 records. Extract all those records. I want to extract all the records where customer priority equals to high, or where country equals to India, or where industry equals to chemicals, or where type equals to direct customer, or where employees of the account is greater than 5,000, or where annual revenue for any of the account is between 5 million to 10 million. Okay, like this. So based on whatever the requirement your of your particular requirement, so you can extract the related records. So where you can actually add some filter conditions to your report and you can extract the related reports. Okay, this is called your reports. So now we'll see how to generate the reports, how to extract the reports, and how to export the report data. So click on the reports and click on the new report here. So here you can see the new report, and before we see the new report, on the left hand side, so here you can see your all your default report folders. So these are all your report folders. So wherever you see in the color yellow, so these are all your report folders, and this blue color folder here you can see, this is called your dashboard folder. So the blue colored ones are the dashboards and all the yellow colored ones are your reports folder. So whenever you create any report and while you're saving the report, you can save it to one of these folders, or you can create your own report folder. You can save it to these report folders, or you can save it to your own report folder or a dashboard folder. And different folders has different standard reports. These are all your standard reports. So if you want, you can go to the standard reports or you can create one for yourself. So let's create our own custom reports. So click on the reports and click on the new report here. So here you can see the new report. Click on the new report. First step. The first step in creating the report is, so where you have to select the report type. Select the type of the report that you are creating. The type of the report means, so whether you are creating the report on accounts or contacts or opportunities or campaigns or leads or contacts, on which object you are extracting the report, or activities or a task or events or a partners or attachment. So on chatter, on which object you are extracting the data. So here you can see where you can select accounts and contacts, opportunities, leads, campaigns, activities, and many more report folders. So let's extract accounts and contacts. So expand this. So once you expand this, so where you can again you can see sub report types. So like accounts, contacts and accounts, contact with partners, contact without partners, contact history or account history, like this. So it's like a subset. If you want to extract only the accounts data, or accounts that are having the contacts, or account that are does not have the contacts, or account that has the partners, or account that does not have the partners, or account that has the account team, or account that does not have the account teams. It's like a subset. Okay, so let's take an example of accounts. So we are much familiar with account object. So now let's take an example of a accounts report. Select your accounts, scroll down on the right hand side where you can see the create button. So click on the create and it will take you to the page called report builder page. So this entire page we call it as a report builder page, or you can say report customization page. This is the page where you can build the report or customize the report as per the requirement. That is why it is called as a report builder page or report customization. So the entire report page has been categorized into three sections. The first one is the fields section. On the left hand side, so here you can see these are the number of the fields. These are all your fields on your account object. So we are creating a report on your account object. That is why here you can see the fields only related to accounts. The next part, filter part. So this one, the filter part, the one I am highlighting. So this is the place where you can add the filter conditions, like where country equals to India, or industry equals to electronics, or owner equals to John, or where employees are greater than 10,000 employees, like this. So where you can add the filter conditions, and this is the page so where you can add the filter conditions. And finally, the preview section. So this is your preview of the report. Okay, based on the fields that you have selected and based on your filter conditions, accordingly your report will be generated. Okay, so now we'll see. The first one will see the preview section. So within the preview section, so by default, so here it is currently showing the account owner, account name, type, rating, activity, last modified date, and billing state. So only these 7 columns as fields it is currently displaying on the report. Now, I don't want to have the billing state to be visible on the report. I don't want this column at all. So I want to remove this. How can I remove this? So click over here, drag this. So drag this and drop it to your left hand side field section. It has been removed. So I don't want to have the last modified date. So drag this and drop it to the fields section. And last activity, drag and drop. Drag, drop. So you can do the drag and drop, or else click on this field, and where you can see one of the feature called remove column. So click on the remove column, where the column will be automatically be removed. So now currently you can see only the account owner and account name for the report. So now I will add the list of all the fields as per the requirement. Now let's suppose I want to have annual revenue. So now I want to add annual revenue to the report. How can I add it? So now drag this annual revenue, drag this and drop it wherever you want. Whether you want to have in the first column or second column or third column, wherever you want, just drag and drop it. And I want to have industry. Drag this and drop it wherever you want, the first or second or third or last column. So like this, I'll add scroll down. So these are all your account related fields. So I want to add billing city, billing country, and phone number, website name, and active field. Active yes or no. Okay. Now, so now once you have added the required fields as a columns to the report, then you have to concentrate on the filters conditions. Filter conditions. So now first here we'll start with the show. So under your show, where you can see the my accounts, my team's accounts, or all accounts. If I select my accounts, where I can see the only the accounts where I am the owner of. Where I am the owner of. If there are some 100 business users, they will be creating the records. But I'm not concerned about other records which were created by the other sales users. I'm only concerned about the records where I have created, the records which I had created, right? So in this case, I can select my accounts. So next, my team's accounts. My team's accounts means, now let's suppose I am the manager in the Salesforce and I have my own team of 10 members. Now, whatever the records that they had created, like my 10 different team members, I want to view those. So in this example, I can select my team's account. And finally, all accounts. All accounts means, so where I can see the complete the list of all the accounts of the entire application. Okay, I can see my records, I can see other business records, I can see your records, I can see all the records on the Salesforce application. Okay, the next one is, so where you can add filters on the date fields. And this are all the list of all the date fields which we have. We have the created date, last modified date, last activity date, SLA expiration date, like this. So let's take an example of created date. So now here the requirement is, I want to extract, I want to have the number of records which were created in last 1 week, which were created in last 1 month, or last 1 quarter, or last 1 year, or last n number of years, or the records which were created today's date. So what we are doing here, based on the created date ranges, we are extracting the records. That is called your range. So here I have selected the created date. So then you can select your actual range. And there are so many ranges available here, and we'll see one by one. The first one is fiscal year. Fiscal year means it's like a financial year. So here you can see the very first option called current FY. If I select the current FY, automatically the from and to will be selected. Current financial year means from January 1st to January 31st. Sorry, December 31st, 2019. So between these from and to, we had created these many records. And now the second one, previous FY. Previous means in the last year. So in the last year, we had not created any records because we have recently created our access. Like the same way, we have so many things. So we have based on fiscal quarter, fiscal year, fiscal quarter, calendar year, calendar quarter, calendar month. Let's suppose last month, select your last month. In the last month, which is the December 2018, we had not created any records. And select this month, and this month, which is Jan 2019, we had created this many records. Okay, and also we have basis on the calendar week, last week, this week, next week, like this. If I select this week, within this week we had created only one single record. Okay, these are all your date ranges. And also we have something called on a day basis, like yesterday, today, tomorrow, last 7 days, last 30 days, last 60 days, last n number of days, like this. So if you want to give any date ranges, you can give the date ranges, or else you can directly select all time. Just select all time. All time means the entire time. There will be no any date ranges from and to. From the day one that you had created to till to today, which will consider it as all time. So now on we are extracting all your records, and the date range is all time. So all accounts all time, and if you see here, we got, scroll down, we got 23 records. So which means we had created 23 records. Okay, so now we'll focus on your filter conditions. Filters, how to add filters. Now I want to extract only where industry equals to energy, only the records which satisfies the industry equals to energy. So how to do this? Filters, click on the add filter and select the field. What is the field? Industry, industry, and select the operator. Operator is equals, contains, does not contain, stars, greater than, less than, not equals to, like this. Industry equals to, select the value. So as it is the pick list value, so here you can see the lookup. So where you can see the lookup of your entire industry values. So where industry equals to, I'll take energy and also education. It has to be either education or energy. Okay, so now click on insert selected and click on OK. So wherever the industry equals to education comma energy. So education comma energy means either education or energy. And here we have got only 5 records. So only 5 records satisfies where industry equals to either energy or education. Okay. So again we'll add one more condition. So click on add condition. And now this time where I'll take an example here, country USA. Yeah. So where billing country equals to USA. Click on OK and see we have got only one record. So that is how based on your requirement. So based on your requirement, so you can extract the related records. So now here satisfying the industry equals to education or energy and country equals to USA, we have got only one single record which satisfies condition 1 and condition 2. Okay, so this is how we can add the conditions. So let me remove the first condition. So now here where billing country equals to USA, we have got 3 records. So click on edit. I'll add India also. So country equals to India or USA. And this time we have got 11 records. So 11 records satisfies country equals to USA or India. So if you do not want to add any filter condition, just remove all the filter conditions. And if you remove all the filter conditions and if you add the date range or all time and if you show all accounts, now basis on these things we have got 23 records. So now click on the run report. So here you can see the run report. So click on the run report and this is your reports page. Okay, now this is your report page. And if you want to export this into your CSV file or XLS file, so if you want to export this entire data to your local machine, so here you can see the export details option. So this export details option that you'll see in our next class. Okay, and if you want to go back to your customization page, if you want to go back to your reports builder page, so click on the customize here. So once you click on the customize, and it will go back to your customization page, report builder page. Okay, so in tomorrow's class we'll see the very important concept and where you will definitely get a lot of questions on that particular concept and a lot of certification questions also, at least 2 questions. And that concept is what are the types of reports. Okay, so whatever we had practiced today, so only please practice in that concept and please do not practice the types of reports. Okay, so there are so many different types of reports which you can actually generate it. So there are basically 4 different types and here you can see this. So I can actually say different types of formats, report formats. So where you can actually generate in tabular format, summary format, matrix format or joint format. And for each and every format there is some certain limitations. So what are these formats and how we can create these different formats based on your data? So this we'll see in our tomorrow's class. Okay, so once we are done with the reports, so then we'll also see the dashboards concept. And after we finish off the dashboards, so in tomorrow's class only, we will jump on to the customization of the Salesforce. So for now, we have seen the Salesforce as a business user, like how the business user creates accounts, contact, opportunities, activities, partners, campaigns, leads, lead conversions, communication through chatters, reports, dashboards, all these things. Starting from tomorrow's class, we will see the Salesforce as a Salesforce developer, as a Salesforce administrator, how to create our own components, how to create our own applications, how to create our own functionalities, how to create our own processes. So all these things we will see in our starting from tomorrow's class. So starting from tomorrow's class, it will be your actual Salesforce. Okay. Any questions?
No, Pradeep, I'm good.
No, I'm good as well.
Yeah. Thanks guys. Thanks for joining the class today. We'll wrap up and we'll join back tomorrow with you.
Okay, thank you.
Have a good
Yeah,
day. Bye.
thank you. Bye.